Welcome back to the Tennessee Frugal Craftsman. I know it's been a while since I posted. The reason for that is we have had a lot of rain here in eastern Tennessee, and so I haven't been able to get a lot of stuff done that I would like to get done. But I have been doing some stuff, and I wanted to show you, kind of give you an update of what we've been doing. And so I will swing the camera around here and give you an update. I want to do another video a little later, either tomorrow or the next day, when I get finally get the big tree that I had done my last video on, but when I finally get that all milled out. So here's what I've done so far. I am down to the last two big logs. Now these are going to be a challenge to get them up on, to get them milled, especially this one, is because it's my biggest log yet. So I've done all the other logs, and you can see over there I've got a big pile of lumber. I'm keeping that lumber all separate so I can give you a tally on the board feet out of this particular tree. And so milling wise, like I said, haven't done a lot because I've been doing other projects. Been back out to my friend's property and been doing some work. Been doing some work on the garden area for him, so I've lost a couple Saturdays doing that. But the other thing that I've been doing, I'll show you what it is here. Trying to get over the problem of water setting kind of on the flat area of my property, and so I have spent many an hour working on this particular project. So I'll show you what I got, and then I'll bring you up to date when I get the project closer to finish. As you can see here, I am digging a trench right down through the center of the property. Now this particular trench I've got, it's about 16 inches wide, 16 inches deep. You can just look at it here. I measured it last night and I'm at about 85 feet. Now normally I would probably get a backhoe to do this, but it's been so wet up in here, and I thought, well, I'll just kind of work away at it with my pickaxe and shovel. Well, it has been a job, to say the least. Probably put in the best part of last week, all my free time between rain showers. I have been digging. Of course, it's been really wet up here. And you can see where that's headed over the side hill. Now, this particular spot right here, I'm going to put a junction, kind of a Y, right here, and I want to dig back in here maybe 12-16 feet because this was the wet area right where those rocks, where I've got my crushed rocks piled. So all of this was staying fairly wet, and the main problem is, and I don't know whether you can see this, but I'll kind of zero in a bit here. This particular property is setting right on shale ledge. The ledge is kind of on an angle with clay in between it. And so there's about 3-4 inches of topsoil, or the organic matter, and then it goes right into this harder ledge. Now it's diggable, but you have to use a pickaxe, and in some cases I was only doing about 4 feet an hour because of the hardness of the soil. When I get down here away from kind of past where my driveway is going to be, once I got through here, this went much easier. There was no ledge in it, and so probably did like 8 feet an hour. But got that all dug out, and I'll just kind of come back up across here so you can see. It's a fairly long trench, as you can see. Now one of the benefits of doing this project now, obviously it's going to allow the property hopefully to dry out a little better when I bring in other trucks, cement trucks and whatnot, if I end up going in that route. But like I said, all of this area hopefully will dry up a bit. And so that crush We put a little bit on the driveway down there. I can't remember where I showed you on another video, but they put some on the driveway. Got my 4-inch line with the sock on it ready to go in. There's the crush, but one of the benefits was I took all of the debris that I'm digging out of here and I put it over here, and this is going to allow me where I'm going to put my outbuilding, because this kind of drops off that way a bit, so it's about a 32-inch difference in elevation. Sorry, a little bit of shadows here. So the plan is, because there's a different elevation from up there to down here where this stake is, I'm just going to use this debris, and I'll get a compactor, and when I get my footings and walls in, I'll use that to fill in, and then I'll just get some gravel or crush for the very top layer before I pour my pad. But there's a pretty good size pile of dirt right there that came out. I've been wheelbarrowing it over here, and I'll just come back over here and kind of show you again. I've got about half a load of that crush. That's about 1.5 by 3-inch material, so it's going to be great for the drain. But once I get that done, hopefully it'll be a lot drier up here. So I will bring you up to speed when I get to the point of getting the tile down in the ground. My next door neighbor is planning on coming over with his little Kubota tractor, and he's got a front end loader, and he's going to give me a hand on Thursday to fill that back in with the crushed rock and whatnot. So that will be a big help. I won't have to handle so much stuff, but I will finish the video then if I don't post this before, but I will bring you up to date at that time. Until then, you have a great day. Welcome back to the Tennessee Frugal Craftsman. It is a Wednesday. It's approximately 20 after 6, March 2nd, I believe. I started this video yesterday, and I was pointing out how I was putting in a French drain, and so I'm going to show you kind of where we are. We got the pipe in, and I'll explain some more things here as I go. So as you can see, what I did is I laid a layer of crushed rock down in on the bottom. Then I put the pipe down, and I've gone along about every 6 or 8 feet and just thrown in a few pailfuls of crush to hold it in place, because I've got my next door neighbors coming over with a tractor tomorrow to fill it in, but I just wanted everything in place. This is where I was talking about wiring off, kind of teeing in here. I went over about almost 15 feet because the hill is up here, so a lot of the water runs right down into this gully, and so this will hopefully take care of a lot of that water. Like I said, everything's got a downhill slope on it. I'll come down here and I'll show you kind of the end. So what I did is I got a 100-foot roll. The 100-foot roll runs, this is perforated with the sock already on it. This runs about $120 for 100 feet. So a little over $1 a foot. I calculated it just right so I could get enough off the end to finish that Y up there. Now this is down at the very end here. I put these big rocks down, but the pipe actually comes out right there. I just didn't want the end of the pipe to get crushed, so I put those rocks over it so I know where it is. And this is all running downhill from my property. Goes down, and there's a drain down in there, kind of a water runs down there out of the culvert over there. So it'll all join up when it starts raining here. Now I know some of you may be saying, why aren't you wrapping this? Normally in a French drain we'd wrap the whole thing in a non-woven cloth, and I considered that. My main issue was I'm not exactly sure how long or how much of this will have to stay in the ground. I did this more for the purpose of the next couple of years of me building, to get the water off, because we haven't done the finished grading yet. And so I didn't want to, spend a lot of money on something that's just going to be torn up, because especially on this far end up here on this end, I'm not exactly sure where we're going to set the house and how it's going to work out. And so I'm going to go ahead, once I get the last up to about 3 inches from the top of the ground, I have got some non-woven cloth that I'm going to put over the top to keep stuff from penetrating down on it. And also, I'll swing around here and show you, this is not normal soil. If you can see right there, this is actually all ledge. It's that shaly ledge. It's got a little bit of clay in it, but there's not a lot of stuff coming out of that going to leach in around. So most of it's going to be coming down from the top. So I've got some cloth that I'm going to put right down on the top, and then put about the last 2 or 3 inches of crush on top of that. So it will have some protection that way. And plus, this is it's got the sock already on this, and this is pretty big crushed rock. So I mean, any way you look at it, this should run out of here just as fast as it's coming in. So long term, I'm not as concerned. Like I said, some of this, like this one here, eventually we're bringing the power in from this side here, and the house is going to be in this direction back behind me. So I don't know whether this is going to have to come up, portions of this is going to have to come up eventually for me to bring the power into where the house is. And so yeah, the woven cloth to put down or wrap this around would have been another $100. And it's not that, that's not a lot of money, I realize, in the big scheme of things, but when you're doing something like this and you're not exactly sure whether it's going to, the long-term effect, this down here will be underneath the driveway, where the driveway comes in, and so some of this is going to be all probably under either concrete or asphalt or something like that, so nothing's going to get down in here anyway. And so long term, I think I'm going to be fine. If I was putting this in a backyard or something, or in an area where I knew I wasn't going to be touching it, I would have definitely gone ahead and wrapped it with the non-woven cloth. And so that's where we are, up to date. I will maybe pick up another video tomorrow when we get this all put down and get it finished off, and then I'll upload this video. If not, you can pick up the finished product on my next video. I'm just not exactly sure. I'm already coming close to 10-15 minutes on this video, so just wanted to let you know the digging finally paid off. At the end of the day, I have dug 100 feet in this soil, 16 inches by 16 inches deep, probably about 18 inches wide, and so it was a hard slog, but it took me about a week of my free time to get all of the digging done. And like I said, over on the far side, you can see over there, right in there, I got all of that fill to put in underneath my pad where I'm going to be building my outbuilding. And so hopefully this will take care of a lot of the water problem. I'll keep you updated on how the next major rain, how it functions. I'll come out and actually see how it's working. And so until then, you have a great day. Thanks for joining me, and I pray that you'll have a wonderful day, and that if you're liking the videos, you will like and subscribe. Have a great day. Welcome back to the Tennessee Frugal Craftsman. I have now completed my French drain for the time being, and so I just wanted to show you kind of the finished product. I'll swing around here and explain a few things of what I did. Now, all of this rock, it's all total is probably about 16 inches, 14 to 12 to 14 inches over the pipe. What I did, I had some non-woven cloth that I'll just zero in here a bit. I had some non-woven cloth. I don't know whether you can see it right there. I'll zero in. And what I did is about 4 inches down, I put the cloth right over the top. And that will hopefully stop any of the major debris from falling down in on my pipe, kind of give it an extra bit of protection. But I have got that all completed now, and that's the Y section right over here where I went out. I still have a little bit of crushed rock here left. I'm going to wait until this dries up a bit. It's kind of still a little wet here, but when the sun comes in, of course when we take down a few more of these trees, it'll brighten it up a bit more. But my next door neighbor came over with his little Kubota tractor and really appreciated his help. He saved me hours of work. He bucketed a lot of it and filled in this trench, and then he took some of the excess on down and did a little bit more of my driveway. Now again, this is pretty coarse stuff, so I'm going to try to get a load of fine crush, 3/4 inch. But he widened out the driveway on each side here, and he did a little bit up here on this end. So this is going to give us a good base to start with. And like I said, when we bring in a load of crush, I think that'll do nicely when we're done. Of course, we're not exactly sure where all the finished driveway is going to be yet, so I didn't want to do too much up here, because some of these trees here are coming down and the driveway is going to be over in this area here. So yeah, that's pretty much where we're at. So if you're putting in a French drain, that should do the job. My next job, I just was talking to one of the local contractors here who's they're doing a bunch of road construction, and they're widening out the road, and a bunch of the buildings are being torn down. And so I spoke to him about one particular building that has a lot of vinyl windows in it, and so I'm going to see if they've given me permission to take them out this weekend. So I'm going to see if I can go have a look at them and see what kind of job it's going to be to take them out, see if it's worth it. But you know, it's going to cost about $150, $200 a window just to put in my shed, my outbuilding. I'm going to probably put 3 or 4, maybe 5 windows in that, and I just figure, hey, if I can get some of those windows for free, just a little bit of labor, I will do that. And so it's another part of being the Tennessee Frugal Craftsman. And so I'm going to finish up this video and I'm going to post it, so at least you'll kind of get an understanding of what's been going on. I'm going to try to do another video by the first of the week to finish up the log that I have to, that big tree that I'm still milling out. Right now I'm well over 300 board feet plus out of that one tree, so I will let you know how that goes. Until the next time, once again, appreciate you watching, and if you would like and subscribe, I'd appreciate that. You have a great day.